is Splint's Friends and Foes program.
You can call your friends all you want.
And we'll charge it to your foes.
It's that simple,
Whether it be your ex-wife or your boss, your abilities get paid for you.
By the people you hate the most. Give us a list of your friends and foes.
And we'll take care of the rest.
Splint, where you get revenge
And savings at the same time.
Second attempt. One. Blue's a lucky one.
3, 4, 5, 6.
This is a healthy competition going on here.
7, 8, 9.
You got 9? 10! Yay! You got it! A new world record! Yay! What do you have to say for yourself?
11,
Oh my God.
12,
12! 13!
14,
14!
15,
15!
15.
15! Now, what's your name again?
Alex Kraus,
Alex Kraus from...
Sturgeon, Maine.
Thank you, Alex Kraus. Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Well, here you are again, friends. Why, it's Friday night and everything's right for the weekend. Crazy clothes and anything goes on the weekend. Oh yeah, here we are on the big old weekend. And thank you for all stopping by and being truth questers, because we're just on Range of Strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, here we are, another week almost under our belt here. It's very cold here, very, very cold up in here in Wisconsin. In fact, last night, I guess you could say this morning, I was awakened at 4:40 in the morning by a loud bang. Sounded like a car hitting the house, but I think it was an exploding tree. I haven't gone outside to look, but something happened. It's just too cold to go look. We'll wait till spring. Oh, yeah. All right. I hope you're all having a great day and a great week. Well, let's go on over to Chatlandia and see who's over there chatting all over the place, shall we? Why, we got, it's Weiss123. That's Catherine Weiss. She's one of our ultramats. She says, hi, Aaron. And then she also says, I'll be over on YouTube tonight. And then she also says, hi, Peggy. And then I said, hi, Kathy. Okay. And let's see. Gap 78 pack. That's Peggy Dancer, another one of our ultra mods. She says, hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123. Kathy, I'm on Rumble as I am trouble with YouTube. Having trouble with YouTube, I think she meant. Then Kathy says, hi, Aaron, from over there on YouTube. Then I said, hi, Kathy, over there on YouTube. And then on the portrait YouTube channel or show, I said, welcome, Truth Questers. I got to remember for the portrait, I got to kind of stay in the center. I got to it's kind of tough to stay in the center. I lean right. There you go. All righty, Aphrodite. And then I said, hi, Cap 78 pack, Peggy Dancer. And then look, it's our longtime friend, Skylark74. He says, greetings, fellow truth questers. Then I said, hi, Skylark74. Then Peggy Dancer says, hi, Skylark74. Hello, she says. And then Skylark says, hello, Catherine. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Aaron. I did the flag and the Trump mugshot and the flag, but it doesn't show up, does it? And then correction, I'm having trouble connecting to YouTube. Well, that's a bummer. I hope that you get that figured out. But Kathy's over there watching YouTube, so. But it is nice to get another like on that, but that's okay. And then Kathy says, hi, Skylark74. Oh, and look, Kathy's over there on the portrait channel. Hi, Aaron, she says. And, one more. We got Cap78 Pack Pig Dancer. Ugh, having trouble with YouTube connection. Sorry. No worries. No worries. You know, these crazy computers and crazy phones, it's, you know, they're touch and go. So no worries. It's not your fault. It's the technology's fault. Well, alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, let's go on over to the Book of Faces. Is that where we're going? I think that's where we're going. Oh, yeah. The Book of Faces. The Land of Zuckers. And here we are in the Land of Zuckers. And there's our thumbnail for tonight. These are the hands of three separate tridactyl beings. And we're going to be taking a look at those in a little bit. And you know, when these first came out, everyone was saying, oh, they're paper mache. Oh, those are just chicken bones someone, you know, glued together. Well, it's proving to be that no, these were really alive. And there's evidence going back thousands of years, and you'll see that coming up later in the show. Oh, and Peggy Dancer says, I think it'll be below 0 temps and warming to 3 degrees. Oh, my. Yeah, it's like, last I heard it was 6 below or like 13 below wind chill. Yeah. It's pretty scary, so don't go outside without being all bundled up and don't have any exposed skin for any length of time. And get yourself back into someplace warm as soon as you can. Thank goodness they invented heaters, huh? Very grateful for that. Oh, and Skylark says, then the key question is, are they indigenous or are they from somewhere out there? You never know, right? You know, maybe if they dig further and find a saucer, maybe that might answer the part of the question. Who knows? Nobody knows. But we do have enough information to verify that they were living. These are real, you know, tendons and organs and skin, metal implants, and all sorts of other things that are very interesting. Yes. All right. What's this? Oh, what's this? Oh, the 2 unwritten rules of life. Number 1 and number 2, and they're unwritten. So I guess you can write them yourself. There you go. There you go, from Desi Farrar. That's an old one, too. I stand with ice. Yes, I do. Thanks, Susan. Andrew Strick Lazier. And look at this picture from Rockabilly Italia. Very cool channel. It's the start January 23rd, 1959. The winter dance party begins in Milwaukee at the $1 Million Ballroom. And what a show that must have been, because look, you got Eddie Cochran right here, Summertime Blues fame. You got Buddy Holly here, and you got the Big Bopper here. And they're singing some song together. I don't know which song it might be. I'm thinking it might be a Buddy Holly song. I don't know. But very interesting. I've never seen that picture before. It's a great picture of Eddie. It's actually a great picture of Buddy Holly, too. So there it is. Now, of course, everyone knows that at some point during the tour, the bus was frozen, so they chartered an airplane, and the airplane crashed, and Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and Richie Valens, 17-year-old Richie Valens, passed away. Eddie Cochran was not on the tour at that time. He was called away to New York to do some recording. He died a year and a half later in a car crash in England, though. And so, it's very sad. But that's a great picture of Eddie Cochran, because nobody does rockin' like Eddie Cochran. There's more Eddie Cochran news coming up here, too. Oh, wait a minute. Skylark says, with no thumbs, those hands don't look very functional. And then Skylark also says, the fireworks store was run by Johnny No Thumbs, his wife, Blind Betty, and their son, Little Stumpy. The Tridactyls make me think of that little family. Oh, that's funny. Sad and tragic, though, too, right? Great picture of Eddie. And fun fact from Magadoodle. Fun fact. Alberta needed 177,000 verified signatures in 120 days for a separation referendum. Alberta officially recorded 192,000 verified signatures in one day. And they said it was a low turnout, the government. Of course they did. But those Canadians, they've had enough of the shenanigans going on up there, the wokeness, the utter stupidness of everything. And look at this. Embrace the penguin. This is from the White House. The White House put this out. Embrace the penguin. Of course, that's Greenland, I'm assuming, right? I remember in school, I don't know, we learned this, I don't know if it was true or not, but at some point they changed the name of Iceland and Greenland so that they could keep Iceland to themselves because that was warm, and they named Greenland because it was really hostile. Representative Byron Donalds unloads on Ilhan Omar over citizenship. If Ilhan Omar is not a naturalized U.S. citizen, then she is constitutionally ineligible to serve in Congress. If she's ineligible, she must be removed, period. This isn't politics. It's the law. Yeah, I really wish they would just arrest her and figure it out while she's in jail. So is Antarctica next? Yeah, right? And Kathy puts this out. Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Hit the old thumbs up. It helps the old algorithm and the old algo beat and the old algo melody. It surely does. And Peggy Dancer says, are there kin the little rascals? Skylark 74, inquiring minds want to know. And thanks, Kathy, for putting that like and share message out there. And Joe Mack says, how did she get around the law to begin with? And by the way, good evening from Puerto Rico. Well, good evening, Joe. Good to see you here. She's always claimed that she got citizenship from her father, but when her father died, they looked it up, and he never was a citizen. So she really isn't a citizen, even by her own admission. So they should arrest her and figure it out later. Don't you think? I think. Oh, And Skylark says, no, Johnny No Thumbs was a running gag by one of the local radio personalities on WNOX in Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. That's a great little cartoon. They really did a good job of capturing Byron Donalds there. Really looks like him a lot. U.S. homicide rate plummets to 125-year low. Fantastic. It's all because of the Trump administration and what they're doing, cracking down on crime. Carjacking and shoplifting have come down significantly in the country. Everything's going down. Oh, look at this. They all got their hands in the Somali fraud bag, and they're calling attention to ICE. Well, ICE is nice, I say. Oh, this is good. This is good. Representative Gill, he's great. He's grilling. Gill is grilling General Zod. Oh.
And as speaker, did you subpoena his records?
I don't recall, but those two things had nothing to
It
do
was
with one.
16 days after becoming the highest ranking Republican in the House of Representatives. You subpoenaed his toll records. Do you agree that that might reasonably be considered a violation of the speech or debate clause?
I do not, and I want to be clear that the toll
You were
records-
collecting months worth of phone data on the Republican Speaker of the House, the leader of the opposition, right after he got sworn in as Speaker, all around the time of a major vote. That sounds like a flagrant violation of the speech or debate clause to me, and I think most people agree with me. And Speaker McCarthy had no recourse, did he? Because you issued a non-disclosure order ensuring that neither he nor any of the American people knew about these subpoenas. How many days after Kevin McCarthy was sworn in as Speaker did you subpoena his record?
Representative Gill is a great guy. He is. Oh, abandoned by his parents, ICE officers removed 5-year-old boy from the bitter cold and took him to McDonald's. Democrats, they are kidnapping our children and putting them in prison. Yeah, no. If the fake news media says something, you can be guaranteed it's probably not true. Not true. FBI Director Kash Patel announces capture of former Canadian Olympic snowboarder and FBI 10 most wanted fugitive Ryan Wedding in Mexico City. And he's terrible. We're going to skip that. Oh, this is good. Oh, Steve Martin, at the beginning of his career, before he went gray, check this out. He says, does great impressions. This is a really good one.
Oh, I want to do a comedy impression for you now. You know, all comedians do impressions, and this is one you don't see very often. This is my impression of the incredible shrinking man. Now, in order for me to do this, you have to close your eyes just for about 3 seconds, and then open them again, and you will see right before you the incredible shrinking man. So everyone, close your eyes. I'll tell you when to open them. Okay, open them. Oh, I want to do a comedy impression.
Wow, he shrunk before our very eyes. How do you like that? That's pretty clever. Pretty clever. Oh, these are always good. Classic. She has zero self-awareness. Well, let's listen to this.
Listen to Scott and you listen to all this rhetoric coming out of the Republican Party. These are the same people that defended opening fire hoses on protesters in the 60s on the Selma Bridge. I mean, these are people who consistently
I think those were Democrats, Julie. Just FYI, those are Democrats. Those were Democrats in the 60s.
Scott, people like you
that was your party.
Exactly that kind of behavior.
But thank you for reminding everybody that Democrats were against civil rights.
You can't make this up.
Listen to Scott and you listen to all this rhetoric.
She's so smug and she's so wrong. Do a little research, lady. Oh, here's our good friend Anthony Brock. He's going to go for it again. He's still walking. Can you believe it? The goats haven't done him in yet. Well, he's not going to stop. Maybe until they do. Check this out.
All right, welcome to round 18. Comments say I can beat this goat at bowling. Let's see who's the boss.
Ow!
Yep, comments were wrong again. What's next? All right, welcome to round 18.
Why are you listening to comments? They're always wrong, buddy. Oh, he got him right where it counts. Ouch. Man. Oh, man. Ouch. That hurts just to look at. Here is Alex Yoatan Flores Arce, a convicted rapist and illegal alien from Honduras. Democrats in Maryland released Alex from jail twice, ignoring ICE's detainer requests. Democrats want foreign rapists and terrorists roaming our streets. They certainly do. From Diesel D's. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's check this out.
Did you know that most of ICE and Border Patrol are Hispanic?
They're the best people we have, and they're Hispanic. The Border Patrol is largely Hispanic. ICE is largely Hispanic. They're unbelievable people. I don't know how they can take the abuse.
Did you know that most of ICE and Border Patrol are...
Isn't that interesting? And there is the Democrats trying to eliminate another organization that hires a lot of Hispanics. Imagine that. Oh, and this is an old clip from Travis Walton from 1977, I think. Let's check this out.
Felt a numbing shock. I blacked out. And my friends in the truck said they saw a beam come out of the craft and strike me in the head and the chest and knock me back through the air about 10 feet there. And they panicked and ran, they drove off.
Can I ask you, before you tell me the rest of the story, had you been taking any drugs on this thing?
No, I just put in 8 hours. I felt a numbing shock.
No, he
and I blacked
done
out.
anything. He's got that for a whole day.
My friends in the truck said they saw
Isn't that
a beam.
100% true story in my estimation. Yes, there's a lot of them. Oh, and this is some interesting news from Carrie Fitzgerald Johnson. Check this out.
They told you to take the pills, but they never told you about this. 128 hertz. Have you heard about it? Probably not. And that was by design. And they hoped that you would never find this frequency. This is the single frequency that they used to use in every hospital. It's a penetrative frequency that goes into the bones, and it helps release nitric oxide into the cells. But in the 1950s, something changed. They suppressed this from medical practices in the hospitals, and they replaced it with pills and procedures, which was all calculated, by the way. This frequency is the single most frequency that helps your body come back into homeostasis, so your body can actually heal itself. And it's been shown to help improve circulation, reduce inflammation, help with pain relief, and also my favorite, to help calm the nervous system. No scripts needed, because this tuning fork is like your body's reset button, right back to its original blueprint. And they can try to suppress this technology all they want, but our bodies remember. And that tuning fork is just one of the 4 in this Resonance Tuning Fork kit, and they're all tuned to specific frequencies for different types of healing. If you want to experience this for yourself because they sound so much better and feel so much better in person, I'm going to link the Resonance set below, but they always have limited stock, so if you see that orange cart there, I would jump on it. They told you to take the pills, but they never told you about this. 128 hertz. Have you heard about it?
128 hertz. Isn't that interesting? Tuning forks. Interdasting, I must say. And we got to say hi to Rose Thistle Art. And there she is, Rose Thistle Art. She's saying hi to Cap 78 Pack and Skylark. And Kathy says hi to Rose Thistle Art. Skylark says hi, Rose Thistle Art. Peggy says hi. And there's Rose Thistle Art. Oh. It goes all the way back over there. And I said, hi, Rose Thistle Art. And then Rose Thistle Art says, hi, Aaron. Radiating Heart. And Skylark 74 says, the UFO skeptic Philip Klass outdid himself attempting to slander Travis Walton. Well, that's what those skeptics are paid to do. They're evil people, I think. Oh, tuning forks are the boom diggity. Is that good? It sounds good. And Rose Thistle Art says, hi, Kathy. And I think I said Rose. Hi, Rose Thistle Art. Yep. So that's that. Let's move on to this. Larry Elder argues Minnesota's priorities are upside down. Let's listen to Larry Elder's. Oops. Maybe we got to turn the volume on first.
You hate Donald Trump's guts, of course. Assume you're the mayor of Minneapolis, governor of Minnesota. You hate Donald Trump's guts, of course. However, since the beginning of Trump 2.0, he has taken off the streets 10,000. Not 10, not 100, not 1,000, 10,000 criminal illegal aliens. By criminal illegal aliens, I'm not talking about just the crime of entering the country illegally or overstaying your visa. I'm talking about people that have committed additional crimes, including serious crimes. Taking 10,000 such people off the streets of your city. Inevitably, crime will go down. Has to. Inevitably, fewer women will be raped. Inevitably, fewer people will be killed. Inevitably, fewer people will be robbed. Inevitably, fewer minors will be molested. Now, no matter how much you hate Donald Trump, how do you ignore that? How do you look voters in the eye when your number one responsibility is to protect people and property and say, I don't really care. I want ICE the F out of my city, despite what I just now said about the number of people who are criminal illegal aliens taken off the streets. How do you do that? And if you're a resident of Minnesota, Minneapolis, very left-wing city, I know you didn't vote for Trump, but isn't your city safer? Isn't that more important than whatever hostility you have against Trump? Where are your priorities? I don't get it. Assume you're the mayor of Minneapolis.
Yeah. Yes. And you know, it's the media's fault largely, and the DNC. I think that the licenses for all of the mainstream media should be in jeopardy, and they should be forced to do like a solid week broadcast apologizing for lying to the American people and going over and over and over everything they said and correcting it with the truth. If they do that, then they get their license back, but they have to maintain fair and balanced reporting. I think that might be a good way to do it, because these people they're just listening to the news. They think that they're getting real news. They're not. So that needs to, oh, this is so funny. Oh, you're going to love this. This is great.
I'm going undercover as a woman to find out what they go through every day. I discovered that women are called faggot a lot. I'm going undercover as a woman to find out what they go through every day. I discovered that women are called faggot a lot.
Oh, that is so darn funny. And Skylar says they are able to ignore the facts because they are issuing a torrent of lies slandering ICE and the president. Yeah, they shouldn't be able to legally do that. They shouldn't be able to. And this person here, Tara's, I don't know how to pronounce your name, dude, or lady, or whatever you are. So the 10,000, only roughly 1,000 are actual criminals? No, you idiot. Didn't you listen to what he said? Probably a leftard. Oh, by the way, speaking of libtards, I finally unfriended my libtard friend Robert, who just popped his head out of the sewer every time I posted something and said something wrong that he saw in the media that was 100% wrong. I just got so sick of it. Even though he's a longtime friend from a long time ago, not worth it. Not worth the headaches. Rosa Slart says LOL. Rosa Slart, awesome. Thank you, Cap 78 pack. And look, it's Dark Brain. Good evening, friends. Good evening, Dark Brain. Awesome to see you here. He's another one of our ultra mods. There you go. And Dark Brain says, Cap 78 Pack, Rose Alert. Hello, ladies. He's always so nice to the ladies. And I said, hi, Dark Brain. Cap 78 Pack says, hello, Dark Brain, brother in Christ. And then Dark Brain says, hello, our Truth Quest, Aaron Moriarty, Skylark 74. Hi, guys. And Kathy says, hi, Dark Brain. Isn't that lovely? Alrighty, Aphrodite. Oh, that was so funny. The girl dad official, James Leon. So darn funny. Look at this guy. I found out women are called faggots a lot. No, you are. Not real women, you idiot. I'm going undercover. Not a very good disguise. The complete withdrawal from the World Health Organization. Look at that. The White House. We're out of it. Totally out of it. And Libs of TikTok, the always ultra-violent left, yes, breaking Justin Novois, was just arrested in Columbus, Ohio for threatening to kill ICE agents. He allegedly wrote on X, can't wait to shoot these P-word ICE agents and retarded MAGA maggots. These people are maggots themselves. Disgusting. Police discovered body armor, guns, and ammo when executing a search warrant. He can face up to 10 years in prison. Give him 20, just in case. TikTok should have been shut down 100% a long time ago. Nothing but bad news comes from that site. I agree, Ryan Peterson. And Obama's ICE chief was awarded for removing 920,000 illegal aliens. Trump's ICE chief deported 209,000, and he's called a Nazi. So he's the same guy, Tom Holman. Yep, not the MSM. Oh, and look at this. The White House, friendly reminder, these are the sick criminals Minnesota rioters are defending. The White House is putting out some fire posts, aren't they? Here's a memory of mine 6 years ago, one of these mirror images I made from a single picture of the planet Jupiter. And you can see, if you look at it long enough, you can see different things in this. Faces and beings and strange things. Very interesting. Trump and Putin's checkmate moment on the globalists. Yes. Michael N. Anthony put that out. Look at that. Great picture there. And my friend Wolfie says, Vlad isn't our enemy. I said, he's a good leader and a friend. You are right. Yep. Oh, look. Oh, what's this? Another bust. Moore Police Department. Breaking news. Suspect in custody. The Moore Police Department would like to announce that the individual responsible for this incoming winter weather is finally behind bars. Unfortunately, she already unleashed her powers before we could make the arrest. The winter storm is still coming. Oh, Elsa. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. And New York City Mayor Mandami. It's time to abolish ICE. CNN host. ICE raids are controversial. Always have been and always will be. Ben Ferguson. Not really. When Obama was doing them, it wasn't controversial. You guys did ride-alongs. It was perfectly okay back then for some odd reason, because you have Trump derangement syndrome and you're an idiot listening to the stupid news. I told my plants I love them. Now they're rooting for me. They're rooting for me. Imagine that. There you go. That's a little bit better. Oh, and here's the more Eddie Cochran news. Look at this. And Brian Setzer news. Brian Setzer to be featured in upcoming Eddie Cochran documentary. Fantastic. Fantastic. Along with Keith Richards Alice Cooper, Sutherland, and more in first official Eddie Cochran documentary. Well, it's about time. He died in 1960, for heaven's sakes. He should have had, you know what? And this is Brian Setzer in the movie La Bamba portraying Eddie Cochran. And he did such a good job. And I thought, when I saw that performance, I thought, wow, they really need to do a movie about Eddie Cochran. They should have done that one instead of La Bamba, I think, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Billboard announces the first official Eddie Cochran documentary. Yeah, so cool. I'm anxiously looking forward to that. Trump warns America's enemies at Davos. We have weapons of warfare that I can't even talk about. They aren't able to fire one shot at us. They were discombobulated. They pressed the trigger and nothing happened. They said, what the HE double toothpicks is going on? That's right. Oh, how much of a conspiracy theorist am I? LOL. This is Dustin Shuda. Now, on our last show, I featured an AI video that took the Shroud of Turin and it brought it to life, and it was moving around, and I made the comment, wow, he looks a lot like Dustin Shuda. And I thought, I gotta make a meme. Gotta make a meme. There it is. Hot off the meme press. And I like them apples. Dustin Shuda, we were talking about it. I ran it by him first before I posted it. He said, oh, that's cool. And he said, I said, are you able to walk on water? He goes, maybe I should try. Yeah, you better try. Try it, buddy. Let's see. Democrats, stolen elections, stolen nominations, stolen valor, the party of lies and thieves. Yeah, I'd say so. Secretary of State Marco Rubio explains how important peace is for President Trump. Let's listen to a little bit of this.
Be here today. It's an honor to serve as the Secretary of State during a historic presidency. And it's a historic presidency because the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, is someone who is not limited by what others say is possible or what others say is impossible. He's not limited by some of the things that have happened in the past, and he's willing to talk to or engage with anyone in the interest of peace, always putting the American people and our national security first, but understanding that in the world that we share with so many others, peace is paramount to all of us. We are here today because of President Trump's vision. If we go back just a few months ago, people thought what was happening in Gaza was impossible to solve. 28 hostages that were dead, others that were still living, all these hostages that were being held. No one thought that that would ever come to a resolution without more fighting and more bloodshed along the way. In fact, frankly, many thought it was intractable. And sadly, many of the institutions that have served us well, in many cases for the last 70 years, were unable to do anything about it. But President Trump had the vision and the courage to dream the impossible, to believe that it was doable, and to pursue it with all of his heart. And he was in that capacity assisted by an extraordinary team. And I think both Jared and Steve deserve a tremendous amount of credit. Jared Kushner and Steve Woodcock for all the work they've put in. And all of our partners here today. And now we have this board.
Board of Peace. Beautiful. It's going to replace the UN, I think. It should. Oh, to Greenland, MAGA. Look at that. He does look pretty BA with that mustache and beard. I don't think he would ever have a beard, though. And there's Red Pill 78. Apparently, they did not arrest this guy. Why not? Why not? Oh, look, a chainsaw. My new chainsaw. I finally got a chainsaw. I don't know what the big deal is. I can't hardly cut anything with it. Thanks, puns. I like that one. Chainsaw. Oh, that'd be a good joke. Yeah. I was I was cutting something with my chainsaw, and I accidentally hit my leg with it. Oh, no. What happened? Oh, nothing. So cool. I like stuff like that. The White House arrested William Kelly for his involvement in the St. Paul church riots. What about Don Lemon? That Don Sour Lemon. Team Trump. President Trump signs a Board of Peace charter is to establish peace and prosperity in the Middle East. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's listen to this. Davos 2026 is the most epic WEF meeting. Oops.
Davos meeting is by far my favorite Davos meeting ever because the U.S. administration went in there, gave everybody the middle finger and told them enough is enough. And now all of these liberal losers are actually panicking because every year they go there on our tax money. They live luxuriously for that time. They eat really well. They get schmex workers, coming to visit them. And there's actual articles, if you look that up, from last year of, how many prostitutes get flown into Davos during that time. Isn't it amazing how our tax money at work? And it's a bunch of liberal cucks basically pretending like they're going to solve all the problems that they created. Except with this year, the Trump administration going in, giving everybody the middle finger and telling them like enough is enough. They're actually starting to panic. And look what's being written on X by the Finnish leader. Finland's president, if we want to preserve the liberal world order, we need to give agency to those countries around the world which feel the current order was built 80 years ago in the image of the West and especially the US. So give more power to the rest of the world. They just want to take the power away from the U.S. They don't want to give any third world country or anybody else the power. Their thing is to take power away from everybody and basically have them be in charge of all of us, with the UN being the head of the New World Order government. And so it's really funny that they're actually saying this out loud, not using the word New World Order, but actually saying liberal global order. And then Julian Assange tweeted this. Carney is a DNC asset. DNC stands for Democratic National Committee, and that's a U.S.-based thing. The Liberal Party and the DNC are joined at the hip. The DNC keeps their money in Canadian banks because it shields their money laundering from U.S. authorities. The amount of fraud going on in Canadian banks makes the Somali fraud look like child's play. And he's right. I made a video about that, about how Hillary Clinton and Kamala came to, Canada to do a talk, and Canada paid for all of it. And I thought it was really weird. And that video was like 4 years old. But now Julian Assange kind of put the two together. And if you don't know who Julian Assange is, you're probably a Gen Z who ate Tide Pods. I suggest you go and Google him, because he literally knows what's going on. He's the guy behind WikiLeaks. So I find it really funny that right now it's just kind of burning to the ground and everyone's panicking in Europe, and Trump just doesn't care. Everything is just coming out in the open. I'm telling you guys, 2026 is going to be freaking amazing. I'm not even kidding, especially if you're a truther and you know what's going on. For those who are still kind of asleep, they're about to get a shocker. But hey, dudes, not a bad time to wake up completely. So yeah, the World Economic Forum.
Yep, she's right. That's a good little video there. More countries join President Trump's Board of Peace. I think we're going to skip that one. Look at this. She asked a robot for help. I haven't seen these. We live in a small town, so I don't think we have these yet. Robot helpers in the grocery stores. Listen to this. They're already helping people. Oops. Do I need to hit the volume on this?
This woman was in the grocery store when she saw one of those new robot helpers. Curious, she stopped it and asked it for help with a very personal problem.
Robot, where can I find a therapist?
Alcohol is in aisle 10. This woman was in the grocery store when she saw one of those...
Where can I find a therapist? Alcohol is in aisle 10. That's pretty funny. It's got a sense of humor, I guess. I guess it only gives grocery store answers. The Blaze, Tim Walz's huge mistake. Let's listen to what he has to say. Oops, we got to turn it up, though.
Sitting in his state capital, exposing the Somali fraud scheme.
You mentioned Tim Walz not providing security for you guys at the Capitol building. I think Besson was really angry about that.
Tim Walz is a coward. He is a coward. He would not guarantee that the Treasury Secretary of the United States of America would have police protection in the Minnesota State Capitol. He is afraid of what is coming. We've never been at war with our federal government. He's not going to be able to hide behind this curtain, because we will get there. And I don't have to go in the Capitol building to investigate him. I would love for him to come to Treasury and answer some questions. I can guarantee you that he will be safe and sound Then, depending on what we discover, I don't know about his future. And as I said earlier, that will be the only view of the Oval Office he ever gets.
And now you're in this situation, if you're Tim Walz, where you've pissed this guy off because you've slighted him in this way. And he seems like really determined to do something about this. And without saying precisely that he was going to, put Tim Walz in an orange jumpsuit and throw him in a federal prison somewhere, that was like not so subtly implied. Wow, what a grave strategic mistake by Tim Walz to deny what is like a very obvious thing to give the Treasury Secretary when he shows up in your state, which is basic security, especially in this like heated, kinetic moment after that shooting. So I don't know if anything was said off camera, but was there any reason that Tim Walz gave for not doing that?
Tim Walz did not want the Treasury Secretary sitting in his...
Isn't that interesting? Oh, and look at this. Minutes ago, at my direction, this is from Attorney General Pam Bondi, HSI headquarters and the FBI agents executed an arrest in Minnesota. So far, we have arrested Nikema Levy-Armstrong, who allegedly played a key role in organizing the coordinated attack in the city's church in St. Paul. I guess they've already been released, but they're not out of the woods yet. They are not out of those magistrates. Happy 1 year being unburdened by what has been. Yes, thank goodness. Sleepy, creepy, crooked Joe didn't steal another one. Oh, there's Gavin Newscomb. They gave him his own little table. Isn't that nice? Here, you get the little kid's table, not the big boy table. Sorry, buddy. Oh, and Paulina Luna. Everyone is frustrated because they want to see the Epstein files. But here are the facts. As of today, the DOJ has completed a review of over 5 million. I think we already read this, didn't we? Oh, contagious Brown Jackson. Oh, adult female person. She's never going to get it. She's never going to get it. She just doesn't know. Gifting Ilhan Omar a quality Leering hoodie. She didn't come to the door. Oh, this is pretty good.
Now, as the Democrats, as a legitimate political party in this country, when we know that they're nothing but an organized criminal organization from their inception, go back to the times when they started. Ever since they've been in this country, they've been nothing but trouble. They've been problems. We fought the Civil War because they wanted slavery. We dealt with segregation because they didn't like colors. They didn't like blacks. We had to deal with the KKK, who was terrorizing blacks because they wanted to vote. And now the Democrat policies are against the law and law enforcement and border enforcement. And so we have the situation in Minnesota. Renee Cook died because of Democrat policies. Democrats appoint judges who have dual citizenship, who can care less about America, and they release killers back on the street to kill Americans. We watch them burn people on trains, stab them while they're just getting off of work. We've seen some horrific stuff. Don't act like what happened on that border was incompetence, because it wasn't. That was purposeful. Opening that border up was on purpose. And let me tell you something, that was catastrophic. That was such a horrible crime against this country. And you and I haven't even begun to know the damage that was been done. We're talking about 10, 20 years of straightening this stuff out, maybe even a lifetime of trying to get these people out of here because of the Democrats. They want to fundamentally change this country. And let me tell you what is what's happening here in Arizona and around this country. We have Muslim candidates running with that same mindset that they're going to fundamentally change the West. And unless you start putting some money behind candidates like me, this is my third time running, and this is my final time running. I'm not going to run anymore, because we're great at passing tweets and writing strong media posts, but we don't support America first, tough-nosed, hard-nosed candidates like me so we can get in there and fight with President Donald Trump. I've been ready to get in here and go to war for a long time, but y'all won't help me.
There he is. Jerome Davison for Congress down there in Arizona. If you're down there, vote for him. He sounds like a fighter. Yeah, we already read that 3 years ago. Here's a bat meme I made 3 years ago. Whoa, they let me back on here. I was booted off for a few weeks. Yeah, they booted me off Facebook. Robin, We need to warn the citizens. The jab is part of a diabolical depopulation scheme. Yes, it is. It was. Thanks, Batman and Robin. Orange Land. There it is. Big win for President Trump. The U.S. House just voted 214 to 208 to overturn the Biden-era land rule and greenlight mineral mining in Minnesota. That's good. That's good. Calling out stupid people that support energy. We all heard that. There's that. Gavin Newsom, Sparkle Beach Ken, with knee pads and everything when he meets Alex Soros. Yeah. Gavin Newsom flew all the way to Davos, watched the world bend a knee to POTUS Trump, sat there getting dumped on by POTUS Trump and team, had to do God knows what to Alex Soros with his knee pads, was told his speech was canceled, then flew home hearing news POTUS Trump is getting Greenland. Yeah, isn't that? And there's our last show, so we're going to mosey on back over to here. All righty then. Yes. Orange Land. Yes. Too funny. All righty then. Well, let's go over to X and see what's happening over there, shall we? We shall. We shall overcome. And come over. There we are. Oops, I gotta make this a little bit littler. There's our show for tonight, 7:23. Can you believe it? Oh, this is good. This is good.
Hey guys, they're about to deploy us. From the amount of clothes they're giving us, we're either taking over Minnesota or Greenland.
They're deploying them. Did you see that guy's dinner?
Hey guys, they're about to deploy us.
Look at that. Okay. Look at that food they give these guys. Wow. It's like top-notch stuff right there, I tell you. They treat them very, very well. Look at this. Basil the Great put this on. A Western female reporter has rocks thrown at her. Welcome to true Islamic culture.
من صباح ما هنا هون ما قام تشوف يعني أنت؟ أنا جديد وصلت لهون. إيه.
Disgusting. Look at that trash everywhere. These people are they're not civilized. They should never be anywhere that's civilized. They have 58 countries they can go to that are Islamic. Go back to your own country. Go throw rocks at your own people. Boy, I just, very unimpressed with these people. It's just disgusting. And look at this. Similar to Stan Romanek. I was good friends with Stan Romanek.
Oh my God. Look at that. Holy shit. Oh my God, what's it doing? Holy shit. Oh man. Where the fuck did it go? Oh my God. I could see the veins in their head. I could see their facial movements. I could see their mouth move. I could see their eyes blink. And I started to get frightened. There it is. Oh, I got it. I don't know what the hell it is. What the hell is that thing?
Not only does he capture his alleged sightings on video,
do you guys see it too?
Yeah. He has more independent witnesses.
It was right over our heads practically.
More documentation. more so-called proof of extraterrestrial contact than anyone else.
Stan Romanek is the man who claims to have shot footage of an extraterrestrial.
Stan says his first ever UFO sighting wasn't even in the dark, but in broad daylight while he was driving his car near Denver's Red Rocks Amphitheater.
As I rolled down the window, it appeared to have noticed me at that point, where it reorientated itself and literally shot up to about 1,000, maybe 2,000 feet in an instant.
Stan says he began seeing UFOs all the time. He could barely look up without seeing some strange light or orb in the sky. Suddenly, Stan says his mind was filled telepathically with unexplained images.
All of a sudden, bam, 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 images, thoughts, images.
And what were the images?
I had images of this horrible catastrophe, winds so strong it's scouring the pavement off the earth.
He also, he would wake up in the middle of the night, eyes still closed, and his wife would give him a piece of paper and a pen, and he would write down these very intricate mathematical formulas. He had an 8th grade math level. He did not even know what he was writing. And it turned out to be some really interesting mathematics to do with, I think, faster than light travel. Very interesting. Yeah, that was a camcorder he had, yes. And so they're comparing his case to this guy, Juanito Juan. And I don't think this guy's stuff looks fake to me. Stan Romanek's information was true. I believe it. And like I said, I had him on my other show on Blog Talk Radio numerous times, he and his wife. I have all 4 of their books, great reads, lots of pictures, and great documentation on Stan is yes. He had great documentation, and those have you dreamed this man? Posters, phone. I can't read that. Dreamed this man posters had a phone number to call and leave a message. They were tracking how the tech worked. Also, oh yeah, for voice to skull. Yes, that was a real thing. But let's check out this. So this guy Juanito Juan's house in Mexico. So you get this picture here. But when you look at the picture, it looks like a rubber mask, like it's not. And his body looks like a normal human's size body. And the light is so bright, it's obscuring things. I don't know. I don't see this being legitimate. Who knows? Nobody knows, but I'm not really that impressed. But they're comparing him to Stan Romanek. I don't think there's any comparison. I just don't think so. Oh, look at these birds. Best caption wins. In a free ride on the wing of an airplane. Yeah. They're hanging 10. I wish they would have taken off, because I would like to see how long they were on there. Dick Cheney hunted me. This is Kathy O'Brien. She needs the Medal of Freedom by the president, I think.
I knew Dick Cheney from the mid-'70s when I was first taken up to Wyoming to where his hunting ranch is, where he embarked on his most favorite game, called the most dangerous game of human hunting, where a person is hunted. I had no clue whether or not I was going to live. How would I know that? And I was subjected to horrible, brutal tortures by Dick Cheney repeatedly throughout my victimization. And now he's acting like, oh, we just started torture after 9/11. Who believes that? Come on, this has been going on forever. That was his excuse to just traumatize a nation and allow for further control over the people.
Yeah, Kathy O'Brien. She's a truth hero.
Dick Cheney.
Oh, and Donald Trump gives a glowing endorsement for Anna Paulina Luna, one of the real stars in Congress. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna is an American first patriot and tremendous champion for the wonderful people of Florida's 13th Congressional District. A true MAGA warrior, Anna is working tirelessly to grow the economy, cut taxes and regulations, promote Made in USA, advance American energy dominance, keep our border secure, stop migrant crime, support our incredible military and veterans, defend our always under siege Second Amendment, and ensure peace through strength. Anna Paulina Luna is a very good friend, fighter, and winner, and has my complete and total endorsement for re-election. She will not let you down. She is a rock star. She is. Oh, and here is that evidence. Gonzalo Chavez, a tridactyl handprint shown alongside five-fingered handprints, is exactly the kind of evidence that tridactyl discovery makes us reconsider. It raises the possibility of our ancestors may have coexisted with another humanoid species. And these are like 68,000 years old. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 3. That's where they put their hand on the rock and they spit the dye in their mouth. So they make a handprint. Here it is. 68,000 years old. Oops. Petroglyphs from Sulawesi, Indonesia, of the morphologically unusual ancient handprints of potentially NHI hybrid beings, tridactylian, tetradactylian, and pentadactylian. 3 fingers, 4 fingers, and 5 fingers. Interesting, huh? So interesting. Did you hear about this? Breaking. Barron Trump is receiving worldwide praise after going viral for saving a woman from being beaten by a man in the UK. Donald and Melania Trump raised a great son. He was helping a young woman thousands of miles away. Barron witnessed a man attack a friend during a phone call, and he called the authorities, and they saved her. Isn't that amazing? I think it's fantastic. Fantastic. And here's the Tina Peters information that she had.
The image is a perfect copy.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
was
a
a
clone
perfect
of
copy
the
of
system.
the hard drive.
Forensic copy, bit for bit, of everything that was on the Mesa County computer.
I had some people who knew my capabilities that said, you really ought to look at this.
She's the clerk. So the systems operation for an election, it was her duty
to preserve those election records.
And then when they compared the two images, they discovered that election records had been deleted or altered. 29,000 of them that are the fingerprints, the DNA, the blood type of how they got to the totals of the 2020 and the 2021 election.
Just to clarify, there were 2 forensic images taken of the Mesa County election server. One before the software update. Another image taken after. Then you were able to compare the two.
Everything that had been on that drive before this update was gone.
Looks like a cover-up. Low risk of being caught, low consequence if they are caught. I mean, there's a layered defense against transparency for the public.
The reason we know it was deliberate is because of Tina Peters.
Are those files important to elections?
Critical.
But the image is a
Extremely
perfect.
critical. That's why they locked her up. So sad. So sad. President Trump hit another home run with the big, beautiful bill. Americans are seeing their tax returns and are blown away. I just did our taxes, and just wow. We received an extra $12,000 in deductions, which significantly increased our tax refund. Love me some President Trump. Isn't that good? Brendan Dilley put that out. Thanks, Brendan. That's pretty cool. Holy smokes, Maine ICE agents just infuriated a leftist. Let's listen to this.
What you guys are doing here? Yeah. Look at them. Look at them. The ICC guys, be careful. Be careful. Be over here.
It's not illegal to record.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Why are you taking my information down?
Because we have a nice little database.
Oh, good.
And now you're considered a domestic terrorist. So
We're videotaping you? Are you crazy?
what you guys are doing here?
They're blocking their vehicle, you idiot. Oh, boy, these people. He nailed this one. The West cannot mass import foreign cultures which have failed to ever build successful society of their own. President Donald Trump. He nailed it. Thanks, Matt Couch. Matt Couch. Breaking, Donald Trump just posted a video of this young man exposing 8 rhinos. Let's listen to it.
8 Republicans that are unfortunately fighting against the SAFE Act. There's a uniparty, guys, that we're about to expose. That's why I love it. Kash Patel is on it. The whole MAGA party is on it. He said, unfortunately, there are 8 Republican senators implacably opposed to passing the voter integrity law as it would require ending the filibuster. Okay. I want to give you those names. Okay. Here are the 8 names. Okay. Based on current discussions, reports circulating through them all, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Rand Paul, Mitch McConnell. There's no surprise there. Tom Tillis, Todd Young, Chuck Grassley, and Jerry Moran. These are the ones that reportedly are the ones opposing passing the voting integrity law. Can you see this right here, guys? Again, it matters to know the receipts. It matters to know who they are. It matters to know what's happening behind the scenes, because everything that's happening in Congress, it's only happening because we are draining the swamp right now. We're exposing all the names. Here are the names again. We're draining the swamp. We're making sure that people know the truth of why things are not getting done in the Senate. Everybody's like, well, why aren't they doing it in the Senate? Why aren't they passing the voter ID law? They've already done it in the House. Well, guess what? When you've got 8 Republicans that won't do what they need to do to pass it, that's where we are constantly fighting all of this internal.
Yep. Good. Breaking. Elon Musk calling on Senator Chuck Grassley to nuke the blue slip tradition.
To put anybody in office having to do with U.S. attorneys or having to do with judges. In other words, if you have one, not 2, you don't need 2, just 1. If you have one Democrat senator, where we have a lot of them, you have one Democrat senator in a state, it is not possible to appoint, because of blue slips, a judge. It's not possible to appoint a U.S. attorney. You see that happening. And I think it's a disgrace. I think blue slips are a disgrace. They've long since, they should not be relevant anymore. This is a different world than it was 15, 20 years ago. You know, that was a gentleman and gentlewoman world. This is a little bit different, unfortunately. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, what do you
For the Senate.
Yep. Yep. Need a rebuff to Trump in his request to acquire Greenland. So Trump showed up. The World Economic Forum achieved a deal with on Greenland through force and then made his own NATO. Yes. Hydroxychloroquine from Forbes. They put this out in 2024. A drug Trump promoted to treat COVID-19 linked to 17,000 deaths, estimates show. I don't think so. Those published 17,000 hydroxychloroquine deaths never happened. That's right. Never happened. Back from Davos, already trolling the left this morning. Record cold wave expected to hit 40 states. Rarely seen anything like it before. Could the environmental insurrectionists please explain whatever happened to global warming? Right? Could use a little now. Oh, lordy, lordy. Look who's 40. Oh, LMAO. Libs in Minneapolis are currently standing outside a hotel in minus 15-degree weather, banging pots and playing instruments to keep J.D. Vance from sleeping inside the hotel. Little did they know he wasn't there. He already left. Already left. James O'Keefe doing his thing. Lots of stuff is going on. He's Truth and Cue the Storm about the stolen election. It's coming, folks. It's coming. Some people think it might even be embedded in the Melania movie. And Rothmus put this out. Joyce shared, being a far-right extremist just means you don't believe in immorally imperative to sit silently while your daughters are groomed, your towns are taken over, your freedoms are suffocated, your culture is debased, and your history is used to psychologically castrate you. Yeah. Right? Matt Couch, Color Me Shocked. A major study found this shocking truth. When processed foods were removed from children's diets, ADHD symptoms dropped by 53%. No medication, no therapy, just food. That's right. Good food is good for you. And I think we're going to call it a show, folks. Oh, if you want to know who the bad guys are, it is the side who wants to arrest you for memes and jokes. That's right. That is right. We're going to put a little cap on it right now, folks, and let you get on with your Friday night. And I want to thank you all for coming along on this quest for truth. We're looking for it. Still looking for the truth. It's peeking around the corner sometimes, and sometimes we find a little bit of it here and there. But it's all coming clearer now, and hopefully we will be on our way. Cap 78 pack. It is embedded in the Melania movie, as is the red folder contents. I saw something alluding to that. That's interesting. Thanks, Peggy. And Kathy says, good night, everyone. Thanks, Kathy. And Dark Brain says, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thanks, Dark Brain. And Roseless Alert, stay warm and snuggly, truth questing peeps. Thanks, Roseless Alert. Dark Brain, have a great weekend, friends. Awesome. And I got to say my little thing here. Thank you all so very much, because I really do appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing and liking and all that fun stuff, because you guys rock, because you're the truth questers. Isn't that right? That's right. And Kathy says, you too, Dark Brain. And then Cap 78 pack, you sound better at Aaron. Hope and pray for you and family to heal up and weather the storms. Thanks. Much love and peace. And I hope your tooth pain is subsiding too, Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer. And Skylark says, Mike Barra has said that Melania is a Pleiadian. I had heard that. Some people were saying that. Yes. Interesting, huh? Maybe she is. And I said, thank you all so very much. And Rose Lard says, I like how you take care of Rumble chat peeps and YouTube peeps, Dark Brain. Yeah, he's pretty good. And Skylark says, thank you, Aaron. You're welcome, buddy. Dark Brain, was nice to see you, Catherine, says Dark Brain. And Cap 78 Pack Peggy Dancer says, yes, she is, Skylark 74, and a Romanov descendant. Interesting. And look, Buying's here. Keep warm and safe, everyone. Thanks, Buying. Appreciate that. And Kathy says, good to see you too, Dark Brain. Dark Brain, Roseless Alert, thanks. It was nice seeing everyone tonight. And Buying says, thank you, Aaron. You're welcome, buddy. And Skylark says, good evening, fellow Truth Questers. Awesome. And Roseless Lark gives a lot of radiating hearts there, 3 of them. And Peggy Dancer says, prayers up. Everyone, have a great weekend and be safe and warm. Thanks, Peggy Dancer. And we'll see you too on Monday, because we do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras pointed to the skies like Stan Romanek did, and take a picture of that crazy UFO and come out of the Truth Quest and talk all about it, because we would love to hear that story. That's the story we like to hear. Until then, peace in. Oh, peace in. We'll see you on Monday, right around 9 p.m. Central. Be there or be square. Peace in. Thank you.